welcome back for another Tool Time Tuesday. I'm Melissa Muir. In this video I'm going to show you a little bit more with the Orion arc welder. I'm using the 200i2 arc welder. It's a great machine. What I'm doing today is I have a student project that kind of failed. We had the stone set, the bracelet was finished completely. As we began to do some of the polishing work, our tube setting came off. The stone is already set, so it's not like we could go back in and resolder this. So I wanted to show you just really briefly what I would use for doing the arc welder to reattach this and make certain that it's secure and ready to go and be beautiful and wear again. For the initial weld, I'm going to use the settings with my length at 11.95, my agitation as none, my rapid or my mode as single, ignition is standard plus, my kilowatts 6.91. This will be used for the initial tacking of the tube setting to the base of that bracelet. I have everything ready to go. I've got my bracelet here. I also have the little stone that's in its tube setting. And for this one, I'm going to use the little pliers. These are really, really nice for if you have to hold a ring or jump rings or anything like that. But I want to have just a little bit more control, so I'm going to hold the stone in the pliers as I come in and apply this. First thing I'm going to do is tack weld this into place. So I'll get everything positioned and then come in and just give a couple of little tack welds to make sure that everything is kind of secure, and then I can continue and finish the welds. Now that I have the tube setting tacked into place, I'm going to drop my length or my power just a little bit down to about 595-ish or somewhere whereabouts, maybe 561. It's not going to make that big of a difference here. I just want to take the power down just a little bit so that I don't completely blow away through the metal that I'm trying to attach, and then also deform the settings themselves. And once I have everything tacked into place so that I know it's not going to move, I'm then going to begin to do our weld around. Now, one of the things that you need when you do this, well, you don't need it, but it's definitely going to make things a lot stronger. Here I have a very thin piece, probably about 28, maybe 30 gauge of sterling wire that I'm going to use to kind of feed into this as I come around. And that's going to give me a much more secure weld than if I were to just come in and weld around this, because then it would end up pulling metal from our bezel cup, or the tube setting in this case, or the metal surrounding it, and that's not what I want. I just want to be able to get it all secured on here without pulling too much metal from my piece itself. So to do this, I'm going to clamp onto the bracelet just so that I have a little bit more control here with my hand and guiding the wire around. And I'll just place this in the position right up against the join that I'm trying to create. And I'm actually going to touch right onto the wire that I am welding into place. And then I will come in and just work my way around the join. Now, sometimes what will happen is you end up with some of the metal here on your tip. So I take that off and regrind that down. And on this one, I blunted the tip a little bit, And that just gives me a better spread of the energy as I'm going through and welding my piece. And then I'm ready to go once again. Once I have some of the metal on here, I like to come in and clean it up. Let's see if I can get you in a little closer so you can kind of see what we're looking at. It's a little difficult here because of the lighting and everything, but there is a fair amount of metal that is now around my setting, and what I'm going to do is come back in with the welder and smooth that out a little. So now the only thing left to do is to go back around and just kind of smooth this out and clean it up, and I'll do that with my files and buffing. But that's how you are able to use your silver to add metal to this to be able to create a stronger bond.